Football League. And everyone's eyes goes to Jahmyr Gibbs, your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Bills and the Ravens, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Here's Joshua Carney ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Throwing to start the drive. Vaughn. Open man here is Scott, complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Vaughn. To the right side and intercepted. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So here come the Bills with excellent field position to get things started. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll run on first down. Sweet. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. When you look at this defense, and they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Now a handoff up the middle. Gilmore. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
To throw, it's Williams. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Bills at 14-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Williams with a little touch pass forward. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. To throw once more, here's Williams. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point attempt to come here. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
That is caught by Lamb. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Back to throw. Vaughn. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. But a little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game, that they've got to match them point for point as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The numbers for Gibbs from last week. 17 carries, 114 yards.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Hey, look at this Baltimore defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
To throw, Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Here's Williams. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Another run for Gibbs here. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it, because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
In motion, the tight end. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Able to slither by. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there, with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And they can't bring him down. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Off the play fake. Vaughn. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Bills offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Gibbs straight ahead. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, here's Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll fake the give, now Williams. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Throwing is Williams. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Up the middle they go. Sweet. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Eluding the pressure right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Gibbs will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Kickoff unit out as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining.
Williams loses the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
You remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. To the left side, there's the tight end Musgrave. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now a handoff up the middle. Sweet. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll work 3 from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
To the air, Williams. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Looking to throw is Williams. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half. Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here's Kyron Williams running out for another possession. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Looking to throw. Vaughn. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
At the 22-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. 2nd and long. Open man right side is Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That's good for another Baltimore Ravens.
The slot man in motion right. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Left side to Lamb. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Scott. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Scott. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd down and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Kyron Williams. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. to the touchdown pass to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Williams. That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Another catch for him there, and the number is starting to stack up a bit. He's closing in already on a 100-yard game. We're still in the first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing again here, Williams. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football, so instead of forcing it to the sideline, he should go put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Working out of the gun, Williams. This is caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Williams going to look to throw again. Flushed out right. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills would extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Joshua Carty to kick off.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin with one of the top rivalries in the AFC, if not all of football. Pittsburgh heading to Foxborough to take on New England. And it's the Patriots with the lead in that one. The Patriots trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati, Ohio to check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Jamar Chase, a touchdown reception. In the first half, it was the Alabama man, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had it cooking. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
And he returns this to the 22. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently second in the NFL in passing yards. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Bills.
On play action, here's Williams. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play here for Buffalo. 46 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now a 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of a yard there. Now it'll be 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw, it's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Gibbs. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Check go.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles. And he loses the football a second time. Now this is picked up by the Bills. He may go. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Let's go now. Hey, hey.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go, Shaq.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he goes out right around the 39. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Bills send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off the option, here's Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but
absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Open man here is Scott, complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Vaughn. A short throw to Ingram. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Oh, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up fourth down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. They go back to the ground with Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Set. Unlock line. Smash. Smash.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Yeah, to the sideline, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it, and the Bills will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Here's Williams.
Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 6.
Looking to throw. Vaughn. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throw left side, complete to Scott. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And they'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow, knocked him for a loss.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Scott. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here.
The kick by...
Good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I really enjoy.
Share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing to start the drive. Vaughn. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. The Ravens on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Vaughn.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
Let's go now. Ready, go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw.
Vaughn. Screen play set up for Williams.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Back to throw. Vaughn. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills ready to take over. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner?
Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Throwing to start the drive, Vaughn. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Bills,
they move to a sparkling 15-1 with one game still to go in the regular season.
I can't believe what I watched. What are we doing? What are you doing? Were you even paying attention?
Tell me better.
Way to blow it. Me and the homies can trade your outfits.
Are you kidding me?
A minute, I'm gonna put their jersey on. How does this even happen?
This cannot be happening.